Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about the time I hung out with Moses. Yes, the late great Charlton Heston, who played Moses in 10 Commandments and who played Taylor in Planet of the Apes. Amazing. There's my Blu-ray set there. I hung out with Charlton Heston for 2 hours. I was working at Waldenbooks. I will get to that in just one moment. So you guys know about the NES Omnibus Volume 1, my latest book. Well, my forthcoming book, which will be out October 28th, the NES Omnibus Volume 2 is available for pre-order. If you just go to brettweisswords.com, you can get in line and pre-order a book direct for me. I will autograph it for free and include some extra items. I will do a Kickstarter for NES Omnibus Volume 2, like I did with Volume 1. But if you just go to brettweisswords.com, you can get all the information you need to pre-order the NES Omnibus Volume 2. Thank you to everyone that have already pre-ordered Volume 2 and who read and enjoyed and bought, etc. Volume 1. Thanks even if you didn't enjoy it. Anyway, let's get to the time I hung out with Charlton Heston for 2 hours. Now, in a previous video, I talked about how I hung out with Joe Bonsall of the Oak Ridge Boys for 2 hours. This was at Waldenbooks in the 1990s. I worked there, and we hosted celebrities to do autographings when they had a book and they were on a book tour. Our store got a lot of celebrities in, and it was my job to help facilitate these autographings. I would stand by the celebrity, hand them the book, see to their needs, if they needed a bottle of water, or if a customer was staying, talking them too long or bugging them or whatever, just to keep people moving through the line and just to make small talk. Like if it gets slow, for some of these autographings, they weren't packed the whole time. Maybe it was somebody that was lesser known or whatever, just to kind of make the celebrity have a good time while they're there. The manager early on figured out that I was kind of good at this, of talking to the celebrity, making small talk, talking movies, music, whatever they were into, whatever their field was. But I had a great time, hung out with a lot of cool celebrities. I want to tell you about the time I just hung out with Charlton Heston. Now, unlike the Joe Bonsall autographing with the Oak Ridge Boys, I didn't have a ton of free time because, Bonsall was there to sign, a children's book. And we got to talking so much and hit it off so well that he offered me a job as a roadie / gopher with the band. I'll put a link to that video here in the description. But anyway, with Charlton Heston, obviously we got a bigger crowd, legendary actor, star of not only Planet of the Apes and 10 Commandments, but of the Omega Man, and just so many other films. Just an amazing actor. And I talked to Charlton Heston about some of my favorites, including the 1958 film noir classic Touch of Evil, which was written and directed by Orson Welles. Now, film noir was really at its height in the 40s and early 50s. These were sort of dark, depressing, black and white films that sort of rose out of the Great Depression, were influenced by all the crime of the Great Depression, and they were also influenced by German expressionist films. These were very stylish films, and the 1958 Touch of Evil, that was perhaps the last of the great film noir movies, very late in the genre. And I talked to Mr. Heston about this, just about the film and how it was later on than most film noir movies. And he's like, yeah, and he said he was really proud of working on that role, and because it was a very critically acclaimed, probably one of his more critically acclaimed films. The critics love it. Just look up Touch of Evil and read some of the reviews. It's just, across the board. It is an outstanding film. I've seen it several times, and I just talked to a little bit about that, and he's just like, yeah, you really know your stuff with movies, because we were talking Planet of the Apes and how, just his films. I also talked to him about the book he was there promoting, Charlton Heston Presents the Bible. He was there autographing his books, and a lot of people came, and I didn't have a ton of time to talk to him because there was a good crowd. Now, back in the day, before social media, it was harder to promote these kind of events. You'd have to take out newspaper ads, you get word of mouth, you'd hand out flyers and all that kind of stuff, but we still had a good crowd because Charlton Heston is a legend. And this is a book of commentary about the Bible. There are Bible verses, and there's some insight from Charlton Heston on certain, on Bible passages, and it's illustrated throughout. It's a nice hardcover coffee table book, And I did get this autographed copy. My mom wanted a copy, so she had me get this for her and get it autographed by Mr. Heston. Now, unfortunately, I didn't bring a camera with me like a dummy, and I didn't even get anything signed, and I was kicking myself later. At these autographings at Waldenbooks, I didn't typically pester the person for an autograph or anything. I just felt like I was doing my job, and I was just having fun talking to him. I didn't know I would do, there was no such thing as YouTube or social media or anything to show this stuff off later. I was just doing my job, and it was fun. I have great memories on it, but I remember thinking, I even had this magazine back at the time, and I thought this would have been perfect to get autographed, and I thought of it later, and I thought, darn, I didn't even take anything to get autographed, but I did have a good time talking to Mr. Heston. And I asked him, since he was, again, promoting this book on the Bible, I asked him about a particular Bible story, Noah's Ark, you know, where God's wrath reigns, he literally rains wrath on the world, flooding the world because everyone everywhere is evil, and, you know, it drowns everyone and most animals. 2 of every kind of animal are spared on the ark, and Noah and his family, I believe it was 8 people in all, were spared on the ark, you know, to keep the human race going. Perhaps there was some incest involved. I guess there would have to be. And I was asking him about this story. And I said, surely this story wasn't meant to be taken literally. It's obviously a fable or a fairy tale or just some parable or just some illustrative story to illustrate a point or whatever. And Charlton Heston, he's perhaps a biblical literalist. I don't know. You know, he's pretty hardcore conservative. He was, you know, ran the head of the NRA for a while, but he also did march with, you know, Martin Luther King for civil rights and everything. So he was a versatile man in his opinions and beliefs and everything, but he was very religious as well. He sort of sidestepped my question, and he said, well, the interesting thing to me about Noah's Ark is that it's the only story in the Bible that takes place all over the world. All the other stories in the Bible are localized in the Middle East, but Noah's Ark takes place all over the world since it speaks of a global flood. And so he's sidestepped my question about, maybe thought it was heretical or something to ask such a question, but regardless, he did have a good, dignified answer, and I appreciated him just talking to me about his movies, a little bit about the Bible and about his book and everything, and it was just so cool meeting him. Now, my mom wanted to be there as well so badly. She loves Charlton Heston, but unfortunately, she had to rush off to Arkansas to go see her father, who had medical problems, very serious and grave, and so she had to miss this event, and she has really, that was very disappointing to her, and to this day, we still talk about how it was a shame that she could not attend the Charlton Heston autographing. But anyway, I just thought I would share this guy with you guys. I wish I had some photos with Mr. Heston, but at least I got the autograph book for my mom. And but anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what celebrity encounters that you have had. What really cool celebrities have you met? I would love to hear about it. If you've got a cool story about meeting a celebrity, please let me know in the comments. And what is your favorite Charlton Heston movie? I'd love to hear it. Mine, of course, is Planet of the Apes. It's amazing. But the 10 Commandments is awfully cool as well. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for ordering the NES Omnibus, for buying that, and pre-ordering the NES Omnibus Volume 2. Again, go to BrettWeissWords.com for ordering information for the NES Omnibus Volume 2. Thanks again for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We will talk to you in another video.